do appreciate it. I do appreciate if it's your first time tuning into the show today. There are several ways you can get a hold of us, several ways you can get a hold of the show. Throughout the social media platforms, we have a page, Who's to Blame, on Facebook. Also on Instagram, Who's to Blame, the podcast. And also on Twitter, at W2B, Dre Montez. Speaking of Twitter, hello Instagram, and hello Facebook and YouTube, by the way. We have a page on YouTube as well, Who's to Blame, with Dre Montez. If you would like to reach out to the show, you definitely can. You can reach out to us through moredremontez@gmail.com. Well, we're going to get through this the best way we can with the upcoming situation, meaning the NFL draft. We got a whole lot of things to discuss when it comes to the NFL draft. In my opinion, the stories have already been all over the board, not just what Dak Prescott did off of the court, or party or no party, but the whole contract situation. And also with the quarterback situation coming in, who's going to be right or wrong with the mock draft presentations, the way they've been coming up. And also the draft situation itself, it has changed in a way and taken a direction we never thought before. We're about to see something totally different. It could be a way that could add a little luster when it comes back the regular way, or could this be something we could really build off of and go with in other prospective sports as they come out with their upcoming draft that's coming up? Shout out to the seniors again. We're going to keep that going to the seniors out there, those of those guys and girls that did not get a chance to fulfill their sports contributions as a senior the full year. I do understand that. Those were the good old days, and it is Way Back Wednesday here with your boy, Dre Montez. Speaking of Way Back Wednesday, with all of this, the sports world has been trying to give us a break by giving us different ideas, different scenarios, showing us things again with different presentation, and also getting the athletes involved as well, which has been pretty cool to check out and look at. But now I think they're stepping their game up a little further. They have this challenge coming up, all-in challenge that all of sports and entertainment is doing, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It has not just playing sports, but doing something that they want to do as well as you would like to do. You can check it out online. It's allinsports.com. I saw a little snippet of it yesterday, and it looks pretty damn cool. It's one of those not just for the people with money. It's also looking out for the people out there who have just a little bit to get put in a sweepstakes type of a pot situation. So it has something for everyone, whether you have $2 or whether you have $200,000. It has something for everyone. So I think that's what we need to do, have a little bit more things for everyone. I never thought I would be one to be on the support of taking a break from the television world when we get back out there, when we get back out to being around each other, having that conversation again, the good old times, enjoying being around each other, enjoying the conversation between each other, and just the whole outdoor experience. I'm looking forward to having that again. So I think we need to bring back the block party. Remember the block parties on this Way Back Wednesday edition? The block party was the deal. Everything went down there. It had something for everyone, for the kids, little boys, little girls, the adults, the older people, had food for everybody, face painting. They even had neighborhood pets. Those were the days right there. That who's to blame moment right there on this Way Back Wednesday edition of the show. So I'm going to keep it that way today. Just out of the blue. I want to go back into a time where it was a lot of gathering. There was a lot of high-fiving, chest bumping, swearing, swashbuckling, drinking. There was a lot of that going on at this particular time because sports was at a different level. A whole lot of things were going on back then. You had the NBA coming off of a strike. You had two new franchises joining Major League Baseball. You had a team leaving a division, joining another one. And you had my Kentucky Wildcats winning the National Basketball Championship, 1998. So we're going to start off today's first segment, 1998. That was a good time. I was out of the military, living in the Cackalack, as they call it, North Carolina. The place where I tell everyone sports is viewed totally different. Totally different. In the South, I don't care what part of the world or country you grew up in. If you're from the Northwest, just go to the South and watch and enjoy your favorite sport in the South. And then tell me what you think. They add that butter on that dish. They add that little dash of seasoning salt on the right amount of food that you need on. They just add that right touch to it when it comes to sports. So 98 was fun. Attended my first SEC championship game down in Atlanta. That was fun. And also the Bulls were doing something incredible that year. But as I said, my Kentucky Wildcats won the national championship. They beat Utah, the Mutants right there. So shout out to that. But 98 was a fun year in sports. From golf to hockey, the NBA, Major League Baseball. What about the NFL in 1998? The NFL in 1998 had a lot of things going on, whether we agree with them or not. But it was must-see TV at that time. We were glued to the TV for Monday Night Football. We were getting it in. And at that time, Monday Night Football, ESPN, ABC secured a deal at $1.15 billion. Yeah, I said billion per season to give us that great game. You had the Baltimore Ravens and I think the Raiders do something crazy on the same day that year. I think it was December 13th. They had 3 pick sixes. That was weird. But the crazy thing about 98, other than the NFL, got my notes right here. You gotta write notes nowadays. You gotta have notes. As we all know, I'm a Bronco fanatic. Go Broncos, go Broncos. We beat the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. Out in San Diego, I do believe it was. So I had a great year. Right there. That right there topped it off right there. When your team wins the Super Bowl and you've been with them through thick and thin, as we're approaching the NFL draft, a lot of people can feel that. When your team is in a situation to change the whole dynamics of the game and possibly win the Super Bowl that nobody can see coming. But some cases, we know who's going to win. But that was an incredible year right there. It really was. I think I ran very far yelling and screaming when we won the Super Bowl. I think I celebrated even more when Kentucky beat Utah. Now, that right there is what I really got my stuff off on. But as I said, Major League Baseball. I totally forgot about that in 98. You know, you had the Diamondbacks and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays coming into the league. You had the Brewers getting over to the National League then. You know, that things were switched up back then. A lot of people forgot about that because it was so long ago. And then you had that thing they try to want to make us forget in sports. The home run derby, the home run competition, the record-breaking year, the year that baseball is deemed to be tainted, but the home run contest and show that Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa put on for that whole baseball season was something unwritten, unheard of, and needed at that time. And I think baseball kind of finds itself in that situation right now when we get back to playing. They need something of that magnitude. They need Mike Trout to go to the World Series. Not the playoffs, but the World Series. That's what they need. And if that happens, that could change. Because right now, he's just known in a particular part of town. We want to see him play in the postseason. I think that would be outstanding for Major League Baseball. That really would. That'd be really good. And also that year in 98, I totally forgot about this kid. I had the pleasure of meeting him at Union Station. Kerry Wood, Chicago Cub. Yeah. The kid struck out, he tied a major league record, 20 strikeouts. Kerry Wood, that was the same season. That was something else right there. I love a great pitching performance in Major League Baseball. And that's something that's hard to accept today because a lot of the youngsters say that's boring in baseball. But to me, that's a challenging part of the game. You got to get out here and hit that bat. You got to hit him. His job is to get you out. Your job is to get on base. And if you can't hit him, oh well. That's what we're going to do now. But that was fun watching my man Kerry Wood. Also, it was the only time in my lifetime that Cal Ripken sat down. That was it. That was the year. He sat down against the Yankees. By the way, the Yankees won the World Series that year. Scott Burris, ladies and gentlemen. He was the MVP that year. Who'd have thought that? Yeah, that 1998. A lot of things went on. But what comes to mind is, as we're in this down period right now and reflecting on 1998 and knowing what's about to happen, what can anybody learn that's in the front office in the NFL about 1998? What can anybody learn about that whole season? Did they get it right when it comes to the draft? Because I think everything is really, really easy when it gets to the mock situation. When it gets real, I think that's when the pressure is on all of those guys. It's on all of them, each and every one of them. It's on the men and women. We have men and women in the front office now. My bad. In 1998 was also a very, very exciting time in men's competitive tournament softball. That was also a great time as well. It was thousands of people traveling at these ballparks to see these softball tournaments. It was like the Woodstock of softball. It was incredible. It was something to be seen. I think between 1995 and 1998, softball was at its peak when it comes to tournament participation and tournament fans. They were really out there. It was a lot of fun. It really was. But 98 really came to mind due to the sports replays they've all been showing. In my second segment now, what I've learned by watching all these sports replays. We got to talk. They showed the Dodgers, my man Vince Scully, live from Chavez Ravine. The Dodgers and the Oakland A's, the Athletics, Dennis Eckersley, Mark McGuire, Tony La Russa, Tony Lasorda, Kirk Gibson, and Oral Hershiser. You know the names. Steve Alto Sachs. You know all the names right there that go along with it. But you watch that game again, you have a lot of questions. I don't know if Kirk Gibson was out by catcher's interference before the home run. I don't know. That's in the World Series. In today's baseball, he's out. All home plate umpires would have called Kirk Gibson out on catcher's interference in the ninth inning. He's out of there. But for some reason, it was a veteran umpire behind home plate. He didn't call it. For one, that's Kirk Gibson. Two, that's Tony Lasorda. You couldn't do that back then. That's what you call street credit. So that was unheard of back then. But you flip that around. That's possibly a different outcome. I believe there was a catcher's interference in that fifth inning pitch calling. It was kind of up in the air. I got some questions for Mr. La Russa again. I'm going to have to hit him up through the old Twitter. I still got questions about that year. But all of these highlights they've been showing in these games of yesteryear, scenarios, different situations, were the classic on the outcome, a classic of who played in these games. You can't look at them the same anymore. Whether you know what happened by watching it all the way through yourself, or you were there, or you already heard about it, now you want to see it for yourself. Does it make you more now a person that understand when people come up with their own sports conspiracies or own evidence that referees are cheating or referees don't know what the hell they're doing? It brings that to mind. Out of all these replays they have done since we've been no sports for anybody, I can't look at them all the same no more. I look at the refs more than anything. In any game, knowing the outcome, I'm looking at the refs more. As I said on podcast episode 387, what are the refs doing in this downtime right now? What are they doing? Show me what they're doing. Maybe I lay off of them. But until then, I don't know. I need proof in the pudding. But that's why I'm at on these highlights. So I would love if they put a box up there and bring somebody, not an analyst, somebody actually played in the damn game, contributed in the game, some affiliation with the game or the team, and let's talk about that game now. That's what I would love to see. They do it a lot on the college football networks. They don't do it enough in the NFL and Major League Baseball, because I think then we could see what they're missing. They don't want to put refereeing in the fans' hands, but they want to put it in the robot hands. Uh-oh, I've started something. That's why, in a way, this is like study hall. This is extra time right now. In this extra time that we have, sports affiliates, I think we should dot our I's and cross our T's even more. Let's go back to having fun, how the NFL revamped it and went back to letting the players have fun. How Major League Baseball saw what the World Baseball Classic was doing for the fans when the players have fun. When they got the team integration going in the NHL, look at what fun it brought there. Look at what the NBA has been doing. Now they have kind of let the players run the damn league. I don't know how we feel about that. We're still in the early stages of that, because we've been halted a couple of times on what the NBA is trying to do. But how should we, with this now, what have they all learned so far? For one, I don't think any of them are doctors. I don't think any of them have stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So on the medical side, let's leave that alone. Let's go back on the fun side of the game. Let's reach out to Randy Newman. Let's remake the baseball song. Involve the fans. How about that? Let's reach out to the old Monday Night Football mixtape reel when they used to hire DJs like DJ Squibble did one time. Let's revamp that song and get the fans involved. If all these sports affiliations involve the fans with the players, I think we could be on to something here, folks. I think we could be on to something here big here. I watched the baseball bunch as a kid, and that did a lot. That did a lot. When you bring the fan and the player together in the community, that's like the best Big Mac in America. But right now, Big Macs are not good for nobody. So that was a bad reference. My bad. My bad. Some people get bad advice. Speaking of bad advice and bad decisions, I don't know if this is a bad thing. I don't know if it's a good thing, but this is one of those asterisk situations. Major League Baseball and StubHub are holding up on refunds. They holding up on giving y'all money back on baseball money. Hold up. Yeah. That's what I said. That's what they're doing. Is that okay? Is that not cool? Should they give back partial payment? And then the second half of the season, maybe give you a discounted rate or prorated rate? Maybe that way? But to totally just hold the money, Major League Baseball, Major League Baseball and some teams and StubHub are holding up on the refund money right now. Now that Major League Baseball and everyone else is like, hold on, let's see what's going on here. Now I know how when it comes to supporting a team, an affiliation, when you believe in something. You own the jerseys, the hats, you go to the games, you done been to the meetings, you feel like you're part of the damn team. Trust me, I've been there with you. But when that money's involved, that's a different type of situation. If it's your first time buying season tickets, okay. But for folks that have done this, I say 8+ years, you probably don't even notice. You probably haven't noticed that the damn money hasn't been rewarded back to you. I'm probably pissing you off now. Sorry if I did. Sorry if I have. But that's just one of those things, man. It's in this time, you notice things that you typically don't notice that you should have. Like in the movie Friday. How many of you saw the guy in the bed? Not many people saw that the first time. I did. I was at the Esquire movie theater when I saw that the first time. Yeah. But yeah, I did. I saw it all right here. Boom. Speaking of seeing it all, with sports entertainment not being the way it is accustomed to this time of year, you had to get very creative in occupying your time for those of us that rely on the actual play of sports being done. Doing things out of the ordinary to still stay relevant and good content out there. There's some creative sports still out there. There's so much out there. There's no way if you're a sports fan, there's still sports out there for you to check out. Trust me, there really is. You're not just getting what you normally want, but you can still get it. If you think about it, you're not gonna go hungry. You just don't want to eat the shit that's in your house. That's all that is right there. That's basically what it is. Your sports fix is there. It's out there. Trust me. I've been watching everything. I've been watching surfing. I've been watching gymnastics. Speaking of gymnastics, speaking of all these challenges that everybody has been doing, has anyone seen the Simone Biles challenge? The young lady stood upside down and took her pants off with a foot, with one foot, with a one leg. What? That's not a challenge. That's an impossibility. There's no one that can do that. Nobody. If someone does that, that's trick photography. Yeah. That's my personal opinion on that. Speaking of on that, don't forget to hit the hashtag, support the sponsors of the show. I can't say enough amazing and great things about the sponsors of my podcast here. From the title sponsor, the Weed Squad. You can check them out or hit the hashtag to find out their hours of availability and what they're doing to help you out right now. For all my medicinal lovers out there and my medicinal needers out there in the Missouri area, you can reach them at theweedsquad.com. They're also located at 8088 Watson Road, as well as NextCore. Go to thenextcore.com. Shout out to them for the streamathon I participated in last week with them. It was amazing. It was great. Check it out. Thank you again to Streamathon STL. That was a lot of fun. Game 6 Honky Tonk Joint. They have been doing amazing things. Still providing great Nashville-style country music right here in St. Louis, coming to you via live. So you can go to their Facebook page or Instagram page and check out and see what they've been doing. Also, they've been helping out the medical field as well with food and everything. So keep up that great work, guys, as well. In the Soulard area, you have Great Grizzly Bear, the Wood Shack, Hammerstones, and 9th Street Deli at Howard's. Hit these hashtags to make sure they can fulfill the hours that you need to see if they're delivering in your area, open in your time of need as well. Over here in Bell Vegas, you got Rogers Place, Tavern on Main, Margaritas on Main, and The Office. All these places are not opening, but they do offer delivery and pickup. So you can also hit the hashtag for those hours of operation for that as well. Also, CNC Food for Your Soul, located at 1926 West Main. Sunday through Thursday. Hit the hashtag and give you the number and call and place your order of that nature. They're taking care of you. Also, Pour 322 Cafe, located at 322 East Main. They're available as well. Hit the hashtag and see the hours of operation for you so they can help you out. 7 Bar and 7 Sushi Bar as well. And SIP, Southern Illinois Independent Placement, R&R Services. And special thumbs up to the crew at Electric Cab of North America, ECAB, and Ballpark Shuttle STL. These guys have been out transporting food to the medical staff out there that have been trying to help everyone and keep everybody at ease. So thumbs up, raising the roof again. We're going to need to bring that back. Since we can't high five no more or put some dab on it, a hug, we're going to raise the roof again. So I'm going to raise the roof on my sponsors. They've been doing a hell of a job. Hell of a job. Speaking of hell of a job, can I just, in this last segment here, can I just, hell of a job to you local St. Louis artists. I have not had more time to pay attention and listen to the local artists, not just music, but the artists in the art field out here, my poets out here, those guys, other podcasters that are not just about sports. I've been checking out everybody in this area. This bi-state area has some amazing talent. And at this time, a lot of people have been putting a face with the music, the reading, the painting, and the music and the stories to these different live streaming services that have been available to help people come out. And I think that is awesome that some of these musicians, a lot of people have heard their music but have never seen the musician. And a lot of musicians are very shy. The ones that I know who have been showing their face to people, I want to say thank you. You've been doing a great job. I've been reading the comments that people have been leaving and hearing the different stories through different affiliates, not just about sports, but what this has been doing for the entertainment of people, giving them something else to do, getting things off their mind. And this music has been helping. I mean, you know through Netflix that music helps. You know through your own life that music helps. So music is definitely a source of healing. So I just wanted to let the people know here in that bi-state area here in St. Louis and Illinois, you guys with this talent, keep up the great work. Because I'm watching, I'm listening. I can't see as much as I used to, but you know what I'm saying. Speaking of seeing, you notice other things that you normally didn't notice before. The bigger the object is, the smaller the labeling is. As a person who, over the past 18 months, been going through a vision loss, I was diagnosed with a condition called LHON, which stands for Leber's hereditary optical neuropathy. So I'm legally blind. And going legally blind in your late 40s is not cool at all. So getting adjusted to do different things has been a challenge itself. Not complaining here at all, but I'm just noticing. The techier, the faster, the directions are smaller. Everything is small. There's no low vision swag out there. All my low vision people out there, where you at? We got to come up with a low vision sign like LV, low vision. I don't know. I got to come up with something. I get creative. But I've been noticing, I've been reaching out to different communities and different organizations on getting not just the large print menus and restaurants and things like that, but in your own home. In your own home. I mean, I have a huge magnifying glass frame device that I get to read the newspaper with and magazines and other publications. But other things, I would like it to be a little bit more applicable for the low vision people. Like the cell phones. I want that big ass cell phone, the big one. I want the numbers big, everything. The magnifier on the cell phone, horrible. All the app magnifiers I've had, horrible. So Just give us a big ass cell phone. I think that'd just stop everything right there. Am I being too needy? Don't forget to check out the website, whostoblame.com. You can get caught up on the latest episodes. Find out a little bit about me as well. And also, if you would like to make a donation to the show, you might not want to jump on as a sponsor or an advertiser right away, but you like the idea, you like the show, you like that guy, go ahead and hit that donate button, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Got some things coming up as we're getting close to the NFL draft. I got a good buddy of mine that I do a college football preview show with, Hot Tub Dave. We're going to do our NFL draft preview next Wednesday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. He's a huge Florida State football fan, great barbecue cook, and he also travels. He travels, hits the road up to visit other college venues for sporting events and games of that nature as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And also for the draft itself on the 23rd, going to have a special viewing party with the Man Cave members. It's going to be a couple of us. We're going to watch just the first 10 picks, and we're going to test out, see if we're going to add a little music to it as well. Got a special local DJ, former softball player out there. Going to have him spin some ones and twos as we watch the draft style, as we should. We're not together, but we are together. So we're going to try to do that next Wednesday and Thursday. That's coming up for sure. But on Friday's show, this coming Friday, we're really going to have some fun. We're going to fist pump Friday. We're going to flashback Friday. I may put on a tank top. I may. And my final thought of the day, entertainers with money. Sports athletes with money in their decisions. And what brings us up in light of not when athletes go to jail type situation, but when athletes are trying to have fun and it's taken the wrong way. And it brings up the Dak Prescott situation while having a alleged house party. 20 years ago, I'd have done the same damn thing. I'd have had a small house party. When you're young, you do things you don't know better. You know better, but you don't know better. It's one of those moments when you were 5 to 10 years old, your mama said, "Why did you do it?" I don't know. No. That shoulder hunching, that got you popped in the mizzoff back in the day. You can't do that no more. You can't hit kids no more. But to the grown folks that have money, when us folks are looking at the people in the box and we're judging them at home like, "Oh, they're stupid. Oh, why did he do that?" You give me $14, $15 million per year. And I'm 24 years old, I'm going to have a party too. We got to stop that. We got to stop that. Is Dak Prescott bringing all this pressure on himself all over the fact he doesn't think the Dallas Cowboys value him as highly as he values himself? Is anything wrong with that? There's nothing wrong in believing in the value in you. If you believe in the value of you, go get that money. Go get that money. Because we've seen through the 30 for 30s, we've seen in the back in the day, ABC back to school specials. What happens when you don't get that money? We've seen that part. We've seen that version of the athlete when they don't get that money. We don't want to hear the used to katu with this athlete situation here when it comes to getting that money. That's why I think doing this, read your NFL contracts, read your hockey contract, read your professional athletic contract right now by yourself. Your wife not around you, your agent, your mom, your dad, your side chick, your side dude, whoever. Go read that damn contract. See if you understand it. Maybe that's what Dak did. Maybe he's understanding the bottom line of the fact I'm an NFL quarterback. Here are the numbers on an NFL quarterback. of my size, height, and weight. Here it is. They have it. They have it in the computer. They have that type of information already about you. So they know the value of Dak or how long they want to pay him, how long his projected career is supposed to be. So what we call that, kids, is projectile value. So Dak could be ahead of the curve. That's what she said. But let's say Dak is there. There's been very few guys and women in the sports and the entertainment world that had a rare ability to understand what they were getting themselves into financially. And when you find out about it, you're like, wow, they were pretty smart to know that. Maybe Dak is one of these people, and we just don't know it. Maybe this guy understands what has happened to quarterbacks pass, and the fact what Patrick Mahomes could do to the money of the quarterback situation, the fact that Kansas City Football Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So if you're Dallas and he's not doing these virtual workouts, you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, are you okay if Dallas say, bye Dak, come on Cam, come on Jameis, let's go. Let's get a two-headed monster in here, let's do this thing. That could be a presentation you could bring to those two type of quarterbacks right there. If you go and sit down with Cam Newton and Jameis Winston and present to them the idea of playing together, you just never know what could happen. As my great-grandpappy always told me, the answer is always no until you ask. You never know until you try. You never know until you try. We've seen stranger things in sports happen, and people wonder how the hell did that happen? They ask. How did Lyle Lovett marry Julia Roberts? He asked. Nobody else did, but he did. He was the only one that wanted to marry her. So maybe this could be the only possible situation where Cam Newton, Jameis Winston can feed off each other together. Let's go. Let's go do this thing. We always hear about these alpha males can't work together, can't play together, can't be together. 15, 20 years later, Penny and Shaq, man, I wish we'd learn how to play together better. Do you want that to happen again? Got to learn from that past. That's that old school knowledge, them southern myths coming out of me right there. That's that old Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil type stories right there. Oh, man. What it do Wednesday? You say you want to work out. This is it, and I'm going to get out of here for the day. Ronda Rousey works 200 days a year. 200 days a year. At 365, 366 in a year. Is that too much? Is that overwork? If you work 200 days a year, I'm not asking if it's an hour a day, 20 minutes a day. The question is 200 days a year working, is that too much? Is that too much of a commitment to your craft, your passion, your dream, and your career? Is that too much? 200 days a year. I think she's getting off easy. I think that's a light load. That's a light load of a work schedule to me. That's a light load. But I think what happened here, and it happens to a lot of people, in our normal circle it happens, in people in the box it happens. When you get to a certain level, sustainability or comfortable, it happens. She got comfortable. Once she got comfortable, now you want her to get outside of that box. Now the task and the passion is about to deteriorate now. It's happened with a lot of people, a lot of athletes, a lot of local business owners. It has happened where the passion has just been wiped out because of the schedule. So I think that comes up to what a lot of people talk about in the beginning stages of your education, your sports career as well. Getting your damn schedule in order. Your schedule affects your outcome. What? Yes. If you don't plan it correctly, You can crash and burn, and you wouldn't understand why. But if you plan it, look at the draft board. Everything is planned in detail. Look at the lineup card. Look at the Major League Baseball daily routine on game day. Everything is planned in detail. NFL, NHL, NBA. Entertainers, schedule. Successful people, schedule. We got to schedule things. I think if she scheduled her 200 days a little bit better, Ronda Rousey wouldn't be so damn mad. But in the end, who's to blame? So I guess in the end of all of this, I think we all have a little homework assignment to think about here. Let's be more than appreciative and thankful for our community and situation and surroundings. But let's also be considerate of the fact that the NFL draft is coming up next week. We got players and families out there to think about, huh? So I'm sending out this disclaimer. I need all non-relatives with players that you know personally in the first round to be on your best damn behavior. I'm talking about the family members, not the players, the family members. Family members, if you know personally a connection with anyone in the first round of the upcoming NFL draft, be on your best behavior, please. Keep all videos posted to yourself. Be aware of what's going on in the background. You never know what people can zoom in on. You just say. You seen Major League. Yeah, how did Doran get caught? Zoom in. That's how he got caught. So, just leaving it out there for the people, by the people, of the people. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, taking out time of your day for listening to the show. I appreciate all the new followers and listeners we have picked up the past week and a half. It is definitely have been noticed. But again, check out the website, whostoblame.com. And thank you so much for tuning to today's show. And as my great grandpappy always told me, if you can put both hands in your pocket, you need to work harder. Enjoy the rest of your day. Dilly. All right, that was fun.